Warning signs do not always arrive with pain. In fact, one of the most important organs in your body can slowly collect fat for years without sending a clear signal that anything is wrong. While countless people spend months trying to lose stubborn belly fat by following strict diets, drinking expensive shakes, or cutting out entire food groups, they often miss a hidden piece of the puzzle. The same habits that make your waistline grow can also cause fat to build up inside your liver, an organ that quietly works around the clock to process nutrients, filter harmful substances, and keep your body running. That hidden fat may affect your energy, your metabolism, and even make losing weight feel much harder than it should. The surprising part is that many people living with a fatty liver feel completely normal. No warning, no obvious pain, no reason to think anything is happening at all. By the time symptoms finally appear, the liver may already be under significant stress. That is why understanding what really supports liver health has become more important than chasing quick fixes that promise impossible results. Across the internet, one natural remedy keeps appearing again and again. It is a bitter tonic that many people claim can cleanse the liver, flush out fat, and help shrink belly fat faster than expected. Some people swear by it. Others call it another health trend with no real value. So what is the truth? Can a simple bitter drink really help your liver? Or is the story much more complicated than the headlines make it sound? The answer may surprise you because the science is both more interesting and more practical than the bold claims you often hear. Researchers have spent years studying bitter herbs, digestive health, bile production, and the way the liver responds to diet and lifestyle. The findings reveal a picture that is far more powerful than any miracle promise. There are natural ingredients that may support healthy digestion and normal liver function, but they work very differently from the dramatic claims that flood social media every day. Understanding that difference could save you time, money, and disappointment. In today's video, you will discover why belly fat and fatty liver are closely connected, even though most people think of them as two separate problems. You will learn how fat begins to collect inside the liver, why this can happen even if someone never drinks alcohol, and why millions of people have no idea they are living with this condition. We will explore the real role of bitter herbs, why they have been used in traditional practices for generations, and what modern research actually says about them today. You will also find out which natural ingredients have attracted the most scientific attention, what benefits they may offer, and where the evidence still falls short. Instead of repeating myths or making promises that sound too good to be true, this video will separate facts from fiction in a simple and easy to understand way. By the end, you will know which daily habits have the strongest evidence for reducing liver fat, which popular health trends deserve a second look, and which mistakes could keep your liver under constant pressure without you even realizing it. There is another detail that almost nobody talks about, and it may be the reason many people never notice any benefit from a bitter tonic at all. One common mistake can completely change the outcome, turning what could have been a helpful part of a healthy routine into little more than an expensive habit. We will reveal exactly what that mistake is later in this video, along with simple tips that can help you make smarter choices for your liver and your overall health. This is information that is often left out of viral videos because it is not as exciting as a miracle cure, but it is far more valuable if your goal is lasting results instead of short-term hype. The human liver has an incredible ability to repair itself when it is given the right support, yet it also has limits. Every sugary drink, every oversized meal, every long period of sitting, and every unhealthy habit adds a little more work to an organ that never takes a day off. The good news is that small, consistent changes can make a meaningful difference over time. Some of those changes are simpler than most people expect. while others challenge popular beliefs that have spread across the internet for years. Throughout this video, we will break everything down into clear, practical steps using straightforward language, so you can understand not only what may help, but also why it helps. If you care about reducing stubborn belly fat, protecting your liver, improving your metabolism, or simply learning what current research really says about one of today's most talked about natural health trends, stay with us until the very end, because every section builds on the one before it, and the final lessons may completely change the way you think about liver health. Welcome to our channel, where we turn complicated health topics into simple, useful information you can actually understand. If you enjoy honest, science-based videos that separate facts from myths and help you make informed decisions about your health, take a moment to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our future videos. Now, let's uncover what this bitter tonic really does, what it cannot do, and why understanding the difference could be one of the smartest health decisions you make today. The connection between belly fat and fatty liver is much closer than most people realize. Many think the extra weight around the waist is only a cosmetic problem, but it often tells a much deeper story about what is happening inside the body. Belly fat and fatty liver frequently develop together because they are driven by many of the same habits. Eating more calories than the body needs, especially from sugary foods, sweet drinks, and highly processed snacks, forces the liver to deal with an endless stream of extra fuel. At first, the liver turns some of that extra sugar into a storage form called glycogen. But once those storage spaces are full, the liver begins changing the excess sugar into fat. This process happens every day. If more sugar keeps arriving than the body can burn for energy, more fat is produced. Instead of sending all of it out into the bloodstream, some of it stays trapped inside the liver. Day after day, week after week, those tiny fat droplets begin to build up until they start interfering with how the liver normally works. This is why a growing waistline and a fatty liver are often found in the same person. They are not separate problems. They are two signs of the same metabolic imbalance. Many people are surprised to learn that alcohol is not required for fatty liver to develop. In fact, millions of people who rarely drink or never drink alcohol at all are diagnosed with what is now commonly called metabolic dysfunction-associated steatotic liver disease, a condition that develops because of excess fat stored in the liver. Poor diet, obesity, insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol, lack of physical activity, and even long periods of sitting can all increase the risk. Some people are at higher risk because of their genes, while others develop liver fat simply because their daily habits slowly overwhelm the liver over many years. Even individuals who appear only slightly overweight can develop fatty liver if too much fat begins collecting around their internal organs. This explains why someone may look healthy on the outside while their liver is silently struggling on the inside. One of the biggest challenges with fatty liver is that it often causes no symptoms at all during its early stages. The liver is remarkably resilient and continues performing hundreds of important jobs even while fat is building up inside it. Because of this, many people discover the condition only after a routine blood test or an ultrasound performed for another reason. When symptoms do appear, they are usually easy to dismiss. Some people notice constant tiredness that never seems to improve, even after a full night's sleep. Others feel a dull discomfort or a sense of fullness in the upper right side of the abdomen where the liver sits. A few experience low energy, brain fog, or unexplained weakness. These symptoms are not unique to fatty liver, which makes the condition even harder to recognize without proper medical testing. That is why relying on symptoms alone is never enough. The liver can remain silent for years while changes slowly continue beneath the surface. As awareness of fatty liver has grown, Interest in natural remedies has exploded. One topic that keeps appearing in health discussions is the use of bitter foods and herbal tonics. For centuries, cultures around the world have included bitter plants in their diets long before modern laboratories existed. People noticed that eating bitter leaves or drinking herbal preparations before meals often seemed to improve digestion. The taste itself is the key. Bitterness is one of the basic flavors your tongue can recognize, and when bitter compounds touch the taste buds, they trigger signals that prepare the digestive system for food. Saliva increases. Digestive juices begin to flow. The stomach becomes more active. Even the liver and gallbladder receive signals that it is time to help process the meal. This natural response explains why many traditional healing systems valued bitter herbs as digestive aids rather than miracle cures. An important part of this process involves bile. Bile is a yellow-green fluid made by the liver and stored in the gallbladder until it is needed. You can think of bile as a natural helper that breaks large fat droplets into much smaller ones so they can be digested and absorbed more easily. Without enough bile, digesting fatty meals becomes much more difficult. Certain bitter herbs may encourage the normal release of bile as part of the body's digestive response. That is where many of the health claims begin. However, this is also where misunderstandings often appear. Better bile flow does not mean fat is magically washed out of the liver. Those are two very different processes. Digesting the fat you eat and reducing fat already stored inside liver cells are not the same thing. The liver reduces its stored fat mainly when the body consistently uses more energy than it takes in, improves insulin sensitivity, and adopts healthier eating and activity habits over time. A bitter tonic may support digestion for some people, but it cannot replace the powerful effects of long-term lifestyle changes. Now let's look at the bitter tonic that has attracted so much attention. One of its most common ingredients is dandelion. Although many people see it as nothing more than a common weed, dandelion has been used in traditional herbal practices for generations. It contains natural plant compounds that researchers continue to study for their possible effects on digestion and liver health. Some laboratory and animal studies have produced encouraging results, but strong human evidence proving that dandelion removes liver fat is still limited. That is an important difference because early research does not always produce the same results in large human studies. Another popular ingredient is artichoke. Beyond being a vegetable, artichoke leaves contain compounds that may help support normal bile production and healthy cholesterol metabolism. Some studies suggest they may improve certain markers of liver health in some people, but researchers continue to investigate exactly how meaningful those effects are over the long term. Ginger is another frequent addition. It is well known for helping with nausea and supporting healthy digestion, while its natural anti-inflammatory compounds have made it a subject of growing scientific interest. Some small studies suggest ginger may improve certain metabolic health markers when combined with a healthy lifestyle, but it should not be viewed as a treatment on its own. Lemon is often included because it adds flavor, vitamin C, and encourages people to drink more water. Despite many online claims, lemon itself does not detoxify the liver or dissolve liver fat. The liver already has its own highly efficient detoxification systems. Turmeric is another ingredient that appears in many recipes because curcumin, its active compound, has been studied for its anti-inflammatory properties. Some research has shown promising results, but scientists still need larger, high-quality studies before drawing firm conclusions about its role in reducing fatty liver. Looking across all of these ingredients, one message remains consistent. They may support digestion or contribute to overall health as part of a balanced lifestyle, but none of them has been proven to cure fatty liver or rapidly eliminate belly fat. That is why experts continue to emphasize healthy eating, regular movement, quality sleep, and gradual weight loss as the foundation of improving liver health. Still, among all these ingredients, there is one that many liver specialists and nutrition experts consider more important than the rest, not because it is the most powerful herb, but because it targets the underlying problem instead of simply supporting digestion. And that is exactly what we are about to reveal next. As we reach the end of this journey, one message should stand out above everything else. There is no single drink, herb, or natural tonic that can magically empty a fatty liver or make stubborn belly fat disappear overnight. If those promises were true, fatty liver disease would no longer be one of the fastest growing health problems in the world. The real story is both simpler and more encouraging. Your liver is an amazing organ with a remarkable ability to recover when you consistently give it the support it needs. Every healthier meal, every walk after dinner, every sugary drink you choose to skip, every good night's sleep, and every small step toward a healthier weight helps reduce the daily pressure placed on your liver. Those small choices may not seem dramatic from one day to the next, but over weeks and months, they can add up to meaningful improvements that no miracle cure can match. The bitter tonic we discussed today is not magic, and it should never replace healthy habits or medical advice. However, some of its natural ingredients may support digestion and normal liver function as part of a balanced lifestyle. The key is to see it as one small piece of a much bigger picture. Real progress comes from combining smart nutrition, regular physical activity, quality sleep, and long-term consistency. That is where lasting change begins. The goal is not to search for shortcuts. The goal is to build simple habits that your body can benefit from every single day. One of the best things you can do after watching this video is to take action on just one healthy habit today. Maybe it is replacing one sugary drink with water, adding more vegetables to your meals, taking a 30-minute walk, or speaking with your healthcare provider if you are concerned about your liver health. Small actions repeated every day often create the biggest results over time. Your future health is shaped by the choices you make today, not by waiting for the perfect solution tomorrow. If you found this video helpful and learned something new, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more science-based health videos that separate facts from myths in a simple and practical way. We are here to help you understand your body better with information you can actually use in your daily life. Don't forget to give this video a like because it helps us reach more people who may be struggling with the same questions about their health. Share this video with your family and friends so they can also learn the facts about belly fat, fatty liver, and natural remedies instead of falling for misleading claims online. Before you go, we'd love to hear from you. Have you ever tried bitter herbs or a bitter tonic for digestion or liver health? What was your experience? Share your thoughts in the comments below because your story could help someone else who is searching for reliable information. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you in the next video.